Welcome to Spiritual Success, the podcast. I'm your host, Cynthia Stant. As a dedicated student of metaphysics, I have skillfully honed my intuition, mastered the art of meditation, and cultivated a disciplined spiritual practice that has led me to become a multi-seven-figure top sales producer. Today, I work with thousands of business professionals, entrepreneurs, and their teams to up-level their sales game and create magic in their business and life. On this show, you will see that all success truly happens when you authentically align with your intuition. So come, be vulnerable, be open-minded, and allow success to pour through you here on Spiritual Success. Hello, successful souls. We are here on episode 69 of Spiritual Success. So I was thinking about this as somebody who has had multi mentors, so many mentors, and have been a mentor to, wow, we were just looking at it, over 34 women this year in the Spiritual Success experience, and over 71 of them in our paid masterclasses. You know, it's been interesting to me to think about what exactly makes a good mentor. Now, I've always said this, and I really do mean this. I think the best mentor is obviously somebody who leads by example, right? They are not only talking the talk, but they are walking the walk. But also, they can teach you not only what to do, but in my opinion, most importantly, what not to do, because they've already lived it. I have two boys, as many of you know, my son Derek and McKinley, and they are huge fans of Star Wars. And you know what? I've never been a huge fan. I do love it though, because one, they get excited to go to Disney World, which makes me happy. But also two, because when you listen to Star Wars, there's so many metaphysical concepts that I just think are so important for young boys, girls, children to be learning, really programming their subconscious with some amazing food for thought. And one of the things that Master Yoda says very often, or you hear him say because people are reposting it, and I know I do, is what is the difference between a newbie and a master? Well, the master has attempted more times and has failed more times than a newbie has even tried. And I believe that. And that's what makes a good mentor, is somebody who understands how to master. Now, I personally always say I will never, ever, preach what I am not practicing, but I also don't teach things that I don't feel I fully have mastered. I'm completely okay saying, no, I don't know the answer to that, and that's not my jam. I teach what I know. And so I wanted to really think about this because I know many of you listening are mentors. And I always say it's important, if you are a mentor, to make sure you have a mentor. If you expect other people to be investing in you, you better be investing in you. So I always have a mentor, whether it's a mindset coach, a business consultant, a spiritual energy coach, Reiki masters that I've worked with, even legit magi. I'm always studying what you cannot see. And just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there, right? But it's important to find somebody who helps you to be stronger, go faster, think bigger, and learn from their mistakes. So I wanted to really go over what I have noticed are some of the best things that I've taken away from mentors, and some of the gold that I've taken away from them, from things that they haven't done. When I created my company and I created my program, Spiritual Success Experience, I really put in it everything that I felt worked and did it better. And then I took the things that I felt were missing and I added that by channeling my inner feminine beast. You know her, the version of you that has the courage, the clarity, the power, and the strength to get shit done and to see it through. So when I put together Spiritual Success, I really thought about all the different coaching programs that I've been in. And I thought, what works, what doesn't, and what can I do better? That's what I'm always thinking when I debrief on some kind of conversion event I've done. Every day when I go to bed, I know that I go to bed proud and I wake up feeling excited because I constantly am debriefing what works, what doesn't, and how can I do things differently so that I can get a different outcome. So what I've noticed in some of the coaching programs that I've been in is that very often the person teaching of course is an expert. But it's different being an expert and being prepared to teach and to coach. Coaching is different than teaching. Teaching is like lecturing. And although I like to teach, I also like to coach. What I mean by that is I have people come in and be live with me. For me personally, I love Zoom. I love Zoom because I see you as an individual. I see that you're on camera. I see that you're focused. I feed off your energy and I call on you so that we can customize what we're learning and what I'm teaching to make sure that it's working for you and that you're walking away with a solid understanding of how this impacts you and how you can work with this information to ultimately get transformation. That's the key, transformation. So I've seen it very often where people are just on live videos and on Facebook. For me, that never really worked. First of all the emojis are pretty distracting. And I just feel like I'm just a floating name versus a face and a person that's recognized. So I personally love coaching on Zoom. But also, it's making sure that it is that coaching aspect. So whatever you're doing, if you catch yourself teaching and lecturing, that is obviously a very big part of people absorbing information. But how can you create customization? I'm a huge fan of group coaching. I love group coaching because somebody's going to ask a question that you didn't even think of, and you can learn from the support of others. But it's important when you have group coaching to make sure it's not cookie cutter, that it still feels being customized, and that even though they're in a group, people feel like they have individual recognition and support. Are you doing this in your coaching sessions? If not, how can you consider to start adding that? Because I know as a client that that's important to me. And whatever's important to you, it's important to make sure that you're representing for your clients as well. So there has been times also where I've paid tens of thousands of dollars, and you sit down with the mentor and they're like, okay, what do we talk about this week? Wait, what? I'm paying you tens of thousands of dollars. You're asking me what we're talking about? I think it's really important to have structure. If you come into Spiritual Success Experience, you can see the full year syllabus. All 48 weeks are completely mapped out, but they are catered to who comes live. If you're going to be there and you're going to be live and you're going to really invest your time, I'm going to make sure that I'm invested into supporting the people who are there. So it's important to make sure that you're really giving your curriculum thought. Now, you can make the airplane as it's taking off. You can make it up as it's flying. And I believe in that, because you always want to sell what you know people want and not what you think what they want. You can make it up as you go, but making up as you go doesn't mean you have an excuse to be sloppy. Yeah, I said it. You can't be sloppy. It's about having discipline and making sure that you are committed to your clients' results and providing them that structure. And that support is going to be everything. It's part of your strategy for their success. Your client's success is your reputation. I always say that. Their success is my success, and you want to make sure that they're having transformation. Having worksheets and things like that really helps people to be locked in, very present, and not taking a million notes because they're already provided for them. So that's why I'm a huge fan of creating worksheets and having those worksheets, but also because it helps me to present and it helps me to not, read and need a teleprompter or anything like that. I have the structure of what we're going to follow, but based off who's there, what questions are coming up, it completely is catered to the client so they still have that customization. So make sure that you have some kind of plan that you're covering. I hear all the time from my clients that that's really, really appreciated. So a little bit of advice, right? Now, the next thing that I've noticed is I have been with mentors who can teach how to do something they don't necessarily know how to do for themselves. It's almost like, all right, kids, open up a textbook. We're going to turn to page 32 to learn how to intuitively connect to our inner feminine beast today, even though I've never done it. I know that sounds crazy, but I've seen it done way too many times, where people will teach something that they don't actually know how to put into action. Well, I don't know about you, when it comes to being a CEO of a business, you can't teach that shit based off theory. You have to be putting it in action, and results are honestly going to help you to relate to who you're coaching. Are you walking the walk and are you talking the talk? Are you doing both? Both, not this or that, this and that. That's key. to getting your client success and building your credibility. So really make sure that whatever it is you're teaching, you're leading by example on, and you are proving that the proof's in the pudding, that this can be done because you're doing it. You will be so much more confident in your teaching. You will know that you can push your clients for that kind of results, and they're going to love you and want to invest in you because you are living the life that they want to live. That's super key. Now, I have been with people though who can do the thing but can't actually teach the thing. Some of the greatest teachers, they are great teachers, but they don't know how to do it, and vice versa. It's wonderful that you know how to do it, but you know how to actually teach it. It's important to never wing your sessions, to really put into thought how it is you do what you do. How do you break this down? How do you communicate this? This is important because I actually take this quote from Einstein where he says when it comes to physics, if you can't explain it to a kindergartner, then you don't really know your shit. No, I don't think that's exactly how the quote went, but it was something like that, right? So the thing is, if you can't explain exactly what it is you are wanting to teach your clients in simplest terms so that a kindergartner can walk away knowing exactly what you're talking about, then you haven't mastered what it is you're teaching yet. We need to make sure that you are mastering it, that you really are making it so simple that it just gives people absolutely no-brainer breakthroughs. Are you doing this? And if not, simplify, 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 and make it even more simple a few more times so that you are guaranteeing your client success. I do say guarantee. I'm one of the weirdos out there. I do guarantee my client success because I don't just have anybody come into my world. I want to make sure it's people who truly are committed, but also because if you're going to commit, I commit. And if I'm committed, I'm a woman of my word. If I say it is, then so it is. Then therefore, there are going to be results. That's what I mean by that. So I'm not afraid to say that, and I guarantee that to my clients when they come and work with me. They're going to up-level in all areas of success. They're going to master their meditation. They're going to master their mindset. They're going to master, understanding universal laws and metaphysics. And of course, the best part, manifestation. Success financially, in their business, in their personal life, in their relationships, in their health, wellness, and fitness. All of that. Yes, all of that. You can have all of that. Why? Because I'm leading by example. It's important to understand it's a mirror effect. So these are the things that I look for in a mentor, and that's why I can expect others to look at me as a mentor. The other thing too is I wanted to really talk about how sometimes people will come to coaching sessions and they will be not able to run a group. I've noticed this before, where they also become part of the group. And it's really important to definitely hear from other people about organization and really creating a sense of communication and expectation of how communication should be done within your service-based business is really key. It's important that if you have a team member to make sure that you're highlighting yourself as the leader in the community. So for instance, when we have our coaching calls, I will have a member of my team, usually Karina. She'll be there to really get everybody together, make sure that they are present, make sure that we're ready to rock and roll. And she actually introduces me and makes sure that everybody's aware of where we're at in our coaching program now that we're getting started. And she almost works as like an MC. That's because you want to make sure that you're putting yourself on that pedestal, you're on that platform. Here, we're getting started. I'm here and we're ready to get, serious about our time together. I always say your time is your biggest asset. And so when you are with me and we are here, we're making the most out of our time. We're very conscious of that. So organization and being really understanding of the importance of other people's time is essential too. Always getting started on time, always making sure that everybody is communicating in the right way. Nobody is going on and off camera. No one's microphone is accidentally coming on and off. The chat is being used, and at the end we can ask everybody, questions formally. But there's a sense of organization. It's not just willy-nilly, what's gonna happen now? Is somebody gonna be talking besides the person I'm paying for 20 minutes when, it's just not organized. This is something I really would suggest that you do. If you have somebody to be there as an MC for you, definitely do that. And if not, make sure that you're creating leadership and really conducting and telling people what is expected on these calls. I promise you, they are going to love the structure and organization of your calls. So that's something else I wanted to put out there. But the thing is, I've been so fortunate to work with some of the most successful leaders in the industry. My goodness, some of my best friends are having top 25 podcasts, multi-7-figure producers. My accountability partners having $1 million cash months. I've worked with one of the fastest online business consultants, growing business consultants. Working next to her, as her senior sales manager, we took her company from 7 figures to 20 million within 1 year under my management. And by doing so, I've worked with 7 and 8 figure entrepreneur women pivoting online and really coming up with businesses, all types of service-based businesses, doctors, lawyers, therapists. We've had spiritual coaches, other business and money mindset coaches. I've worked with all of them in their businesses, and I've noticed what successful women do, and I noticed a lot of the mistakes that they make as well as mentors. So this got me excited to not only make this particular podcast episode, but it also inspired our upcoming masterclass that we're gonna be hosting. So on August 23rd, it is Monday. That's gonna be at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I wanna make sure that I formally invite you. We're gonna be hosting the Embodying the Multi-Six-Figure CEO Masterclass. And this is all about addressing the mistakes keeping you from securing the next level of success in your business. So if you are a 6-figure entrepreneur and you feel that calling, you feel that passion, you feel that desire for more, I want you to come hang out with me, because again, I'm going to be telling you not only the secrets to success, but the mistakes that I see several women make, keeping them at a plateau, keeping them from having that momentum and inertia to get to that next level of financial success. So I'm excited to be releasing these secrets and these mistakes. It's gonna be in a tight group. I love having, I call them pop-up groups for my special masterclasses, because it's an intimate setting. It's an intimate setting. I see who's there. I'm connecting with you on calls to get to know your business and what it is that you're looking for support on. Of course, that helps me to dedicate podcast episodes to you as well, but also it helps me to create the content and cater to those who are actually attending. So I would love to know what your goals are in your business, where you're at right now, where you financially want to be, what you see as the biggest opportunities and challenges in your business, so that I can really speak to these during that masterclass as well. So definitely come join me. We're going to put the link here in the write-up for this actual podcast, so you can join that special Facebook group that we're going to be hosting that masterclass in. Make sure you come get registered, and make sure you connect with my team member, Karina, Cynthia team. She's here to support you leading up to and during the workshop, so that you can make the most of this experience. And she also has your worksheets. I told you I'm a big fan of these worksheets, so I want to make sure that you have them so you can be completely present with me during that workshop. So come hang out with me. I'm excited again to really help you review the mistakes that women make in their businesses, so that you can walk away with a solid understanding of how to be the woman who performs at the multi-six-figure level. That's right. You're going to be connecting to your inner feminine beast and how she shows up in her business, so that it's absolutely 100% guaranteed that you're going to be getting these huge breakthroughs in your business. So with that being said, acknowledge it, embrace it, come join me in the pop-up, and most importantly, see it through. Catch you later, successful souls. Hey, successful soul. Before you head to the next episode of Spiritual Success, be sure to come join me and other like-minded entrepreneurs and business professionals in my Facebook group called Spiritual Success Sorority. Everyone is welcome. And if you're loving the show, you're going to love the group even more. There, I'll be engaging with you weekly in live shows, listening to your input for new weekly topics, and hosting exclusive workshops for members only. So if you're looking to really uplevel your financial and personal success, meet me on over in the Spiritual Success Sorority Facebook group. See you on the inside.